Upon a time, the sun rose gently over the city, where every morning brought noise, hustle, and scrolling fingers tapping on phone screens. In a modest but clean apartment near the heart of the city lived a beautiful young woman named Kemi. She was the kind of lady whose presence turned heads, not just for her beauty, but for the confidence in her steps and her boldness on social media. Kemi lived alone in a two-bedroom apartment, gifted to her by her aunt, who had relocated abroad. Kemi had no siblings. Her parents had died when she was still in secondary school, and since then, she had grown into a woman of her own, strong-willed and determined. She made her money through online content, skits, makeup tutorials, trending dances, and her small but loyal fan base adored her. She followed hashtags like they were sacred texts. But beyond the screen, Kemi had a quiet heart, one that once belonged to a man named Tunde. Tunde was the complete opposite of Kemi. He was calm, gentle, quiet, and deeply in love with her. He worked as a graphic designer in a small printing shop where he earned just enough to survive. For 2 years, Tunde had stood beside Kemi through her tears, mood swings, losses, and wins. He didn't have money to give, but he gave her his time, his loyalty, and his heart. But Kemi was changing. One evening, Kemi sat on her bed with her phone in her hands, legs crossed, a purple bonnet on her head. Her fingers paused as she saw a video, a popular influencer holding a strange but beautiful doll with big eyes, sharp teeth, and a mischievous smile. The doll was called Leubu. Within seconds, Kemi's eyes widened. "Wait, what is this?" she whispered, zooming in on the screen. Her feed was full of Leubu. Every influencer had one. Every girl she followed had posted a picture with it. Some even said the doll brought them good luck. Kemi's heart jumped with excitement. She imagined herself with the doll, taking pictures, gaining followers, becoming the biggest name in the city. Without thinking too long, she dialed Tunde's number immediately. He picked up on the second ring. "Hello, baby. How are you doing?" he said, his voice soft. "Babe, have you seen the new doll trending everywhere on social media?" "You mean that scary-looking doll with sharp teeth?" "It's not scary," Kemi frowned. "It's cute and unique. It's called the Leubu doll. I want it." "Okay, my angel, but how much is it?" he asked, sitting up from his bed. 300,000 naira. Tunde froze. He almost dropped his phone. 300,000? Are you joking right now? "It's just thousands of naira, not millions," Kemi said again. Tunde sighed deeply. "Kemi, I don't even have 50,000 naira in my bank account. I just paid my rent, and that's 5 months of my salary." "I don't care, Tunde," she said coldly. "You've been dating me for 2 years, and I have nothing to show for it. Other girls are being spoiled. My friend Amara just got an iPhone 15 from her man. I'm asking for just a doll, not a car or house." Tunde's throat dried. "Can I save towards it?" Kemi stood up from her bed, pacing her room. "No. If you love me, get me the doll now, or don't talk to me again." He tried to calm her down, but Kemi had already ended the call. Days passed. Kemi refused to call Tunde. She stopped replying to his messages. Tunde sent money for data and food, yet she rejected it. After 14 silent days, Kemi posted on her Instagram story, "I'm done waiting. I need someone who can love me and buy me the Leubu, not promises, but action." That same day, she blocked Tunde. He sat alone in his small room, staring at his cracked phone screen. Tears rolled down his eyes. His hands trembled as he whispered to himself, "I loved her with all I had. How could she do this to me after all these years?" Kemi, now free and single, posted a video of herself saying, "I need someone to show me love by buying me the Leubu, not promises, but action." Within 5 hours, a direct message came in. A guy named Kwame. His profile looked perfect. Handsome display picture, quotes like, "Love is not said, it's shown." Kwame wrote, "Hey sunshine, I'll get you the doll. Just tell me your birthday month so I can surprise you on your day." Kemi's lips curved into a smile. She typed, August 2nd, even though her real birthday was November 24th. Kwame replied, "Done. Expect it on your birthday." On the morning of August 2nd, Kemi woke up excited. She wore a silk yellow and blue dress. As she opened her door to step out for breakfast, she gasped. A pink box with golden ribbons was sitting on her doorstep. She carried it inside with wide eyes and unwrapped it. Inside was the Leubu doll, the exact same doll from the videos, brand new, shiny, and unsettlingly beautiful. Kemi screamed with joy. She kissed the doll, hugged it, and danced around with it. She thanked Kwame for fulfilling his promise. She posted 50 videos that day. One of them went viral, then another, then another. Within 7 days, her followers jumped from 2,000 to 3 million. Brands reached out. People started calling her the Leubu Queen. She wore matching clothes with the doll, slept beside it, made skits with it. The doll became her best friend. One afternoon, while eating cake in her kitchen, she texted Tunde, "Hey, broke guy, I've gotten the doll you couldn't afford. You can go ahead and date your poverty." Tunde read it. He didn't reply. He only sat on his bed, heartbroken. Then the darkness began. One night, Kemi woke up sweating. Her blanket was on the floor, her nightgown was halfway off, her breathing was heavy, her legs ached, and her chest felt strange. She felt someone touch her, a cold, invisible hand, a weight on top of her body. She sat up, looked around, but nobody was there with her. The next night, it happened again. She felt pressure on her chest, as if something was on her. The next day, she changed her locks, slept with a light on, but the thing kept happening. By the 5th night, she screamed in her sleep. Her eyes had dark circles, her cheeks were shrinking, her thighs were no longer full. Her followers noticed too. People began to comment, "Kemi, you look sick," or "Have you joined the losing weight trend?" But Kemi was eating fine. She wasn't sick, or so she thought. She visited 3 hospitals. All results came out normal. "Madam, you are fine," they told her, but she wasn't. One night, Kemi placed her phone on the shelf to record some videos before going to bed, but she fell asleep. Her phone camera was still on. In the morning, she forgot the video was recording. She stretched her hand, picked the phone, and started watching. Her scream shook the building. The Leubu doll had moved. It had stood up, climbed on her, and started moving on top of her. She threw the doll, grabbed her phone, and sent the video to Kwame on Instagram. He viewed it, no reply, and then he blocked her immediately. Her hands trembled. She opened another account to message him. Kwame's account was completely erased. After watching the video, Kemi's soul shattered. Her hands shook, her mouth was dry. She could not even cry. She just sat still on her cold, tiled floor with her knees hugged to her chest. Her entire room felt colder than usual. She tried to breathe slowly, telling herself it was just a dream, but it wasn't. She had seen it with her own eyes. The doll was real. She called out loud, "Is anyone there? Please help me. Something is in this house." Only silence replied. She looked at the doll, lying silently in the corner of the room, now back in its lifeless position. She could not bear to touch it again. She grabbed a towel, wrapped the doll, and rushed to her backyard. She found a container, poured kerosene over the towel, and lit a match. Flames rose. The fire danced wildly, eating the towel, the doll, everything. She stood and watched until there was nothing left but black, melted plastic and ashes. "I'm free now," Kemi whispered to herself. But that wasn't the solution. That night, something worse happened. At exactly 2:10 a.m., Kemi's eyes snapped open. Her body was stiff. She couldn't move. She couldn't scream. But she could feel it, a heavy, invisible force pressing her down. Cold hands touched her face, her chest, her waist, her thighs. Her bedsheet moved, but there was no one there. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she tried to call for help, but her voice was locked in her throat. By morning, she was drenched in sweat. Her body was shaking. She looked at herself in the mirror and burst into tears. She had lost so much weight. Her eyes looked sunken. Her lips were pale. Her beauty, her pride, was fading away fast. She called churches for prayer, yet no one came. She visited another hospital. They sent her home. Neighbors started whispering, "She's cursed," or maybe she joined one of those online cults. Broken, weak, and scared, Kemi finally did the unthinkable. She swallowed her pride, scrolled through her phone, and dialed Tunde's number. The phone rang twice, and then he picked up. "Hello?" Tunde's voice was deeper now, colder, richer. "Tunde," she whispered. He was silent. "It's me, Kemi."
Still silence. "Please don't cut the call. I need your help. Something is wrong with me, and I think it's the doll someone gifted me from social media. I burned it, but it didn't stop. Tunde, something comes on top of me every night. It touches me. It takes from me. I'm dying slowly." Tunde cleared his throat. "Why are you calling me now?" "Because I don't know who else to call," she said, breaking down in tears. "Nobody believes me. Please, Tunde, please help me." Tunde said nothing for a few seconds. Then his voice dropped lower. "I'll call you back." He ended the call. Kemi stared at the screen. 10 seconds later, Tunde blocked her number. Tunde stood in the middle of his luxurious living room, holding a wine glass but not drinking. The large glass windows behind him reflected his success. He wore fine clothes, a silver wristwatch, and designer shoes. A television played silently in the background, showing a news headline: "Young billionaire Tunde Okoro opens his 5th luxury hotel." But Tunde wasn't smiling. He dropped the wine glass on the table and walked slowly to his private room. He opened a locked drawer and brought out a small wooden box with ancient symbols carved into it. Inside was an old photo of Kemi smiling. Behind the photo was a red seal, the seal of sacrifice. Tunde sat down and let out a sigh. He remembered everything. After Kemi dumped him for being poor, Tunde was heartbroken. He cried for days, until an old friend invited him to a strange meeting, a place where powerful men wore robes and spoke in strange tongues. There, Tunde met a brotherhood for wealth and prosperity. They promised him riches, power, and everything he ever wanted, all in exchange for one thing: sacrifice someone you once truly loved. Tunde was hesitant. He cried, but the pain of betrayal was hot in his chest, and he agreed. They handed him a cursed doll, the Leubu, a vessel for the ritual. He opened a fake Instagram account, used a stranger's photos, named himself Kwame, and waited for the right moment. The rest was history. Kemi was now thin like a broomstick. Her bones stuck out. Her cheeks had collapsed. Her hands shook. She hadn't posted a video in weeks. Her millions of followers dropped. Brands unfollowed her. Gossip blogs said she was sick with an unknown virus. One night, Kemi heard laughter inside her room. She sat up quickly. "Who's there?" she shouted. The laughter came again, louder, more mocking. Suddenly, her phone turned on by itself. The camera app opened, and the screen showed her reflection, but behind her stood the Leubu doll, charred and burned, smiling. She screamed and threw the phone. It shattered. Her lights turned off. Then she heard breathing. It was behind her. The spirit climbed onto her bed, and the room turned cold. Weeks passed. Kemi was admitted to a private clinic far away, but even there the attacks continued. Nurses resigned. Doctors were confused. Her bed shook at night. Her screams filled the air. Tunde tried to forget, but he couldn't. He had everything: money, cars, private jets, but peace was gone. Every night he saw Kemi in his dreams, begging him to undo what he did. He tried to leave the cult, but they laughed at him. "There is no exit. It is too late, brother." He traveled across the world, donated to churches, gave money to orphanages, but nothing changed. Some sacrifices cannot be reversed. Moral lesson: greed can destroy love. Vanity can attract darkness. Not all that shines on social media is gold. Be careful what you wish for. The heart you break today might be the soul that haunts you tomorrow, and some gifts are better left unopened.